Audrey, do you know who Prudence Crandall is?
Who? I don't know what you said.
Do you know who Prudence Crandall is?
No.
Do you know who Prudence Crandall is?
No.
Okay, Katie. Why?
I just don't know who they are.
Oh my god, Prudence Crandall, it's a name.
Prudence Crandall was born to a Quaker family on September 3, 1803 in Hopkinton, Rhode Island. 19th century Quaker women were known to have a status almost equal to men, which was uncommon at the time. A study done by Mary Maples Dunn, a historian, found that Quaker women made up 40% of female abolitionists and 19% of feminists born before 1830. Looking at this, it's not surprising that that's what became of Prudence Crandall. In autumn 1831, Crandall opened an academy for girls in Canterbury, Connecticut, in which she taught a vast amount of subjects, most of it equaling the material being taught in schools for boys. Her school was highly rated and well known, admitting students from Canterbury's wealthiest families. In 1833, Sarah Harris, a free African-American woman, went to Crandall asking to be accepted to her school so she could receive the education required to become a schoolteacher. After some thought, Crandall decided to accept Harris to her school.
The community had a town meeting in March and had decided at that point that they would begin distributing, that there would be petitions distributed to see if they could do something on the state level.
Instead of expelling her student, Crandall decided to close her school and open a new one exclusively for African American students. This decision was met with outrage and caused some of the most powerful men in Canterbury to tell her they were intent on destroying her school. With this, Crandall sought out the help of William Lloyd Garrison, a well-known abolitionist and editor of The Liberator, the nation's most widely known anti-slavery newspaper. He put out an ad for her school in his paper stating,
Prudence Crandall, principal of the Canterbury, Connecticut Female Boarding School, returns her most sincere thanks to those who have patronized her school, and would give information that on the first Monday of April next, her school will be open for the reception of young ladies and little misses of color. The branches taught are as follows: reading, writing, arithmetic, English grammar, geography, history, natural and moral philosophy, chemistry, astronomy, drawing and painting, music on the piano, together with the French language. The terms, including board, washing, and tuition, are $25 per quarter, 1/2 paid in advance. Books and stationery will be furnished on the most reasonable terms.
Crandall wrote letters to Simeon Jocelyn, a friend of hers, explaining the events.
It is a fact that many of the inhabitants of Canterbury met last Friday evening at the Masonic Hall in this village and resolved that they would not sell anything to me or my family, and that they would not in any otherwise assist me.
While the students were mostly safe inside the school where they studied, going outside would mean threats and violence. People would throw stones, eggs, and manure at the students, as well as directing offensive comments at them. In another letter, she told Jocelyn,
The thought of such opposition as had been raised in the minds of the people of Canterbury and the adjoining towns never once entered into my mind while contemplating the change I am now endeavoring to effect in my school. Very true, I thought many of the high-minded worldly men would oppose the plan, but that Christians would act so unwisely and conduct in a manner so outrageously was a thought distant from my view.
Soon enough, the town of Canterbury pushed the Black Law into legislation. This law stated that teaching African American students that were not from the state of Connecticut was illegal. Because of this, Prudence Crandall was arrested and jailed. Her first trial ended in a hung jury. Her second trial ended in conviction. However, a trial in a higher court reversed the decision. The townspeople were still outraged despite her having won legally. They tried to destroy the schoolhouse, throwing stones and mud, and even attempted to light it on fire. The townspeople made a final effort to destroy the schoolhouse on September 9, 1834, smashing windows and breaking furniture. Fearing her students' safety, she closed the school. Prudence Crandall's determination to educate African American girls despite violence from surrounding towns helped form her legacy as an abolitionist and pioneer. In 1834, her story brought attention throughout America and praise from other abolitionists. News of her school and the Canterbury residents even went as far as Scotland, sparking admiration from supporters overseas. What she fought for is still a struggle around the world, but as one of the first education activists in America, Crandall paved the way for many people to come.
I'm here to speak up for the right of education of every child.
It's a wonderful story to share with the general public, and I feel very fortunate that I've been able to share.
Today, the Prudence Crandall House stands as a historical landmark and museum. On October 1st, 1995, 161 years after she closed her school, she was named Connecticut's official state heroine.